Welcome to the Personal Brand Leadership Show, hosted by Dr. Nick and Prof. Gary. The show is brought to you by reciprocationmarketing.com.
This is the Business Development Podcast, interviewing Frans, the Business Development Executive at Consulta. Welcome, Frans.
Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to the interview.
Well, thank you for making time. You are the Business Development Manager Executive at Consulta. But before we talk about your career and the company, let's talk a little bit about Frans. Especially, where are you from? Where did you grow up? What did you study? And where did you start your career?
All right, I was brought up in Vereniging, Vaal Triangle. I studied BCom, majoring in economics, money and banking and marketing at University of Potchefstroom, now called Northwest University. I started my career at Afrox in Vanderbijl Park as a cylinder controller, which means I had to go to client premises and count gas cylinders.
So where did you go from Afrox?
From Afrox, I moved into in the banking environment, ABSA, where I started a career in sales and moved into other areas within the banking environment, from marketing into ended up in HR, looking at employee recognition programs.
Okay, so from sales and marketing into employee recognition in the financial industry.
Absolutely, financial industry, very much focused within the banking environment. And then also later on moved into a company where I specifically designed and developed employee recognition programs for client base.
And then I believe you moved back into business development.
Business development has always been part of the essence of my career. Always had that drive towards business development within an organization.
And currently you're obviously doing the strategy for Consulta in terms of business development. Is that right?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, now let's talk about Consulta a little bit. Consulta is obviously the leading company in, would you say, in customer experience?
Customer experience management. In essence, what we like to be known as is improving business performance through scientific consultation for greater customer engagement with our proven global partnership.
So Frans, let's just talk a bit more about business development and the lessons maybe you've learned and that you can share with the listeners. What does business development mean to you?
It's maximizing opportunities by building the right relationships. This often means speaking and building relationship with key decision makers.
Okay, what's interesting to me is business development generally always concentrates on new clients. However, some companies tend to neglect the existing customers.
To me, personally, it's your existing customers is giving you more business than potential customers. It's easier to have that existing relationship and maximize on that than to gain new business through new potential client base.
Great. So Frans, what have you learned from your journey that's most important for building a strong business?
I've learned to be selective with whom we would like to do business with, people with the same values and principles in order to have a cohesive and beneficial partnership for all.
What would you like to tell aspiring leaders they should focus on for building their business?
I think it's very important to know and find the strengths in your people in order to be a well-rounded team and tap into their strengths in others where you fall short.
So Frans, obviously, thanks to the internet, the behavior of buyers has changed dramatically. So what are the key technologies that you're using in business development?
The key technologies that we're currently using is the social media as a connection tool, as well as directly targeted email campaigns.
And in terms of social media, what is your preference?
My preference would be LinkedIn in terms of commercial, but I believe Facebook is a very, very good tool to utilize and maximize on.
So have you had good successes? Have you seen good successes in your industry, in your business with social media?
Yes, we have seen great successes. It does take time, but connecting with the right people is the answer.
And how do you see the future of business development, especially in terms of technology and building relationships online?
In my view, we need to use technology tools available to initiate the connection, but this will never substitute face-to-face building relationships. Take time to drink coffee and get to know your clients on a business and as well as a personal level, but be authentic.
I'm very glad you say that, because technology can never replace humanity.
Absolutely.
So what is motivating you? Or who?
It's really about take the best out of the day. You
Okay.
never know what's going to happen in your day,
Yeah.
and take things as it comes. We do get a lot of obstacles in our way on a day-to-day basis, but it's how you deal with that. But if you've got that positive thought within your head, you can make anything possible.
Great.
I believe that.
It's a little thank you. Here's a copy of my
Wow.
latest book, How to Build Your Personal Brand Online, especially
is
on
great.
LinkedIn. So
Yeah.
you might enjoy it.
I had a look at your other one, the Meerkat one.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
really fascinating, and I think it's important to build your brand. Sometimes you neglect your own brand because you don't have time for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
In fact, LinkedIn did a study where they found the biggest obstacles for professionals is actually to tell and share their personal story. People are very reluctant to do that.
yeah, they are, because it's sharing of your personal stuff, and our era is a bit scared of the social media to say, if I put this on there, what's going to happen, But you need to have the right people to assist you to do that and drive
Absolutely.
that with you.
You see the methodology, you see it in the book that I'm applying in building your personal story,
Yeah.
is basically based on the hero's journey, which is ultimately the story of life, the 10 steps we all go through. And what a hero really does, they achieve something not for their own benefit, but for the
But for
benefit
the team.
of the team, the community. And then you look at it totally different, because you say, now my story is not about me, it's about how I deliver value and service. And then it gets quite exciting.
Yeah, these days I think a lot is about the me and myself and I. And it's not the best recipe for success. You can't do anything. You can, but you can't be successful if you only drive around about myself.
I mean, we call it reciprocation. We totally believe in the golden rule. And I see it every day. I mean,
Yeah.
it works. You got to put others first. Genuinely, authentically.
Authentically, I'm a strong believer in terms of the strength of people, that you do find those nuggets within that person, because everybody's got those 5 top strengths in their lives, and utilize that to the best of that person. Sometimes they don't even know.
Absolutely. In fact, in the US, they had a TV show, where they took the telephone directory, they threw a dart, or they just opened the page, they phoned the person up, and they said, can we come and listen to your story? And every
Really?
time they found an amazing story. Everybody.
There's great stories, but it's to share that so that others can learn from it.
Frans, how can people get hold of you?
Well, they can connect with me via social media. I'm on Twitter, I'm on LinkedIn, and all the other social medias. But I prefer personal message, email, even better, a phone call.
Right, can you just tell us your website address and email address?
Website is www.consulta.co.za, where we've got links to get results and they can fill in details. And then, as well as my personal email address, is frans@consulta.co.za.
Well, as a thought leader, where can people follow you?
On social media, we have quite a big pool of our specialists within our own organization, and we post regularly on all mediums with contact details.
What's the one thing you would ask the listeners to take away from this interview?
I think it's important for them to get to know the strengths with people and to connect. Drink coffee and dream as if you'll live forever, but live as if you'll die today. Carpe diem.
Great slogan to live by. This is the end of our interview with Frans, the Business Development Manager at Consulta. Thank you for listening to the Personal Brand Leadership Show, hosted by Dr. Nick and Prof. Gary, brought to you by reciprocationmarketing.com.